Alright, welcome everyone. In today's video I'm going to show you how to log in and use our WindowWorks schedule system. So you should have gotten an email with a temporary username and password. If you haven't, contact your manager and have them send that to you. Then you want to head straight to windowwork.com, enter that temporary username and password, and sign in. Alright, once you log in, it's going to ask you to change your password and change some personal information. Once you do that, it's going to take you to your home page. So on your home page, you're going to find a lot of information. Over here in the What's New area, you'll receive messages. You've got all your tabs here in the middle to accomplish everything that you need to. And then over here on the right, you'll see Next Shift. So that'll show the next shift that you're assigned. Right now I'm a brand new employee, so I don't have any shifts. So let's take a look at my schedule. So I go to the very first tab that says Show Me My Schedule. When I click on it, it's going to pull up my schedule. So this is the current week. Of course, right now, again, I have 0 shifts. But if I wanted to check next week, I'd simply scroll here to the following week. Again, still no shifts, but you can check multiple weeks up in this area. Once I do have some shifts, they'll show up here on my schedule. Okay, so the first time you log in, it's recommended you take some time and you set some preferences. So if I go to this tab here where it says Choose Times Prefer to Work, and I click on that, it's going to bring up an area where I can set some preferences. Now you can set preferences in a few ways. You can set them as times that you prefer working, times that you dislike working, times that you cannot work, or you leave it alone. So if I want to set some preferences, this is going to help my manager know when I'm available, when I want to work, etc. So if I go to Tuesday, for instance, say on Tuesdays I have a class from 9 a.m. until noon, I can block that time off. So if I click on Tuesday, it pulls up this window here. So I can go up here, click that I cannot work. Now you can use the paintbrush tool or the grid tool. So let's use the grid tool here. So I'm going to click can't work from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. So once I add that, it's going to block it off in red. It's also going to inform my manager for any shifts during that time that I'm unavailable. Say this is an 8-week class, maybe I can repeat that. So I'll click repeat and I'll save that for 8 weeks. So every week on my schedule, it's going to let my manager know from 9 till noon I'm unavailable. Now conversely, if there are times that I prefer to work and I want to be top on the list when shifts are available, I can click a specific day. So let's say Fridays. And let's say I prefer working. So this time I'll use the paintbrush tool. So let's say I want to work all day on Friday. I can just paint from 8 a.m. all the way till midnight. Looks like I missed some there. Let me just go back and get it. So once I do that and I save it, it's going to show up on my schedule as green, and it'll also inform my manager that I want to work during that time if there are any available shifts. So in addition to setting preferences, you can request time off. All time off requests need to be put into the WindowWorks system with as much notice as possible. So to request time off, you simply go to the Request Time Off tab, click on it, and you go in here. Now there's 2 ways to request time off. You can request off full days or a group of full days. So for example, click on the calendar. Let's see, I need the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd off. I'd click on the 21st and say that I needed 3 full days off, and I can enter a comment. Let's say I'm going to my sister's wedding. Then I request. Once that request gets entered, you'll see it down here in the My Time Off section. It'll say I need these dates off, when I requested it, and its status. Currently it's pending because my manager hasn't approved it yet. You can also request partial days off. So if I only need part of a day, I go in here, I click partial day, I click whatever day I need that off. So let's say on the 15th I have a final from 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. I can select that. Also leave a comment saying I have a final and make that request. Again, you'll see it down at the bottom here. I need 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. off on the 12th. Or actually, I requested on the 12th, and it's pending until my manager approves it. Alright, so now we'll cover how you pick up shifts. You go here to this tab that says Trade Board, Pick Up Open Shifts, and you click on that. And that's going to pull up the current week. So at the top here, you'll see it says Trades or Drops Posted. These are shifts that other employees are assigned but have put up here so that you, if you want, can pick them up. Down at the bottom, you'll see all the unassigned and available shifts. So these are shifts that are just free for anybody to grab and work. So this weekend, it doesn't look like much is going on. There's certainly not anything on the unassigned board, but you do see a couple shifts here on the trade board. So if I wanted to pick up this captain shifts here, I'd click on it, and I would simply click here to request to work that shift. And then once I confirm that, it sends a request to my manager. Nothing in the system counts until a manager gets it approved. So right now I've just requested to work that. If my manager reviews and approves it, then I'll receive a notification saying, hey, your request has been approved and now you're assigned to work that shift. Okay, if I head to next week, click up here and scroll to next week, you'll see a couple here, again, listed as trades or drops. And then down here at the bottom, you will see all the unassigned ones. So let's say, for instance, I want to pick up this shift here off the unassigned board. Again, just click on it, click to request, and submit. And then it will put it on there that I have requested it, but it'll also send a message to my manager again. And my manager will then, of course, review and approve it or disapprove it. Either way, I'll get a notification. So let's say I also want to pick this one up. Click to request that. Same thing. My manager gets notified. Okay, so now I made all those requests, and I log back in later, and you'll see over here that I now have a bunch of messages. You can see 2 of my trades were completed, 1 was declined, and my time offs got approved. So now you also see over here that I now have a next shift on my schedule. So I'm scheduled to work on Tuesday the 20th from this time, and here's all the information. I can click on it directly to check on some details, or I can go up here to my schedule, look at it. You'll see on Tuesday the 20th, here it is, it's listed. So when a shift is on your schedule, it's your shift. Now, if I wanted to add that to the trade board, that is to say, put it out there and say, hey, I prefer not to work this. Does anybody want to cover this for me? I simply click on it, click to add it to the trade board, and then from there I can label it as a trade, a drop, or either. So generally I'm going to click either or drop. If it's a trade, then I'm asking somebody to trade one of their shifts for this shift of mine. So if I put it on as a drop, I can put it on as either. Now it's on the trade board. As you can see, it's still on my schedule, which means I'm still the scheduled employee. Putting a shift on the trade board doesn't make it not my shift. It just puts it out there saying, hey, does anybody want to cover this for me? So let's be real clear. I put my shift on the trade board. Now, if another employee requests to work it, that's awesome. However, until my manager approves that request, it's still my shift. Once my manager approves that request from that other employee, it will no longer appear on my schedule, meaning I'm no longer the scheduled employee. So that's all there is to it. So hopefully that gives you a broad overview of how to use and utilize the WinterWare schedule system. If you have any questions, concerns, or any troubles at any time, always remember, reach out to your management team.